Good evening, everybody. My name is Peter Hatlie. I'm the director of the Rome program, the University of Dallas Eugene Constantine Rome program. I'm addressing you on a beautiful late August evening, right at sunset, and it's my great honor and pleasure to participate in this virtual tasting. I'm very, very sad I can't be there, but I do thank Cellar Browser and all my friends back in the United States for setting this up, University of Dallas for inviting me. What I want to do today is introduce our wines, a little bit of history, and then going forward. So our three wines that are on sale right now in chronological order start with our 217 Red. It was a really, really hot summer. It was a spectacular success. We still have a few bottles here. There may be some bottles left on sale in California. But what you have is an extraordinarily refined wine, lots of structure, really, really deep tastes, a wonderful production in 217 that is on sale in the United States right now. 218, we had a huge, huge hailstorm, which knocked out the crop last minute. But the 219 crop was great as well last summer, and we're going to be bottling that in January and then having it to the United States by springtime. Great wine. We're truly proud of it. It's getting better every year. Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and within a couple of years we'll be adding some Cabernet Franc to that. In 218, while the hail had just come down, we had to take the crop in quickly, and we decided why not make a rosé wine. And we made this rosé wine. It's the Due Santi Rosato, and it's a beautiful wine. What we can say is when we take the glass, you've got this really beautiful light amber peach color. When you put it to your nose, you get flowers, you get fruit. It's a kind of fun wine. If I were at the pool with my friends with good conversation, I may even throw in an ice cube or two. It's a really, really good first debut product. We're proud of it. In 219, we decided to produce rosé once again, just as we were producing our red wine. And we produced this, Due Santi Rosso, 219. You can see that the color has changed dramatically, much more deep, kind of cherry color, almost a ruby color. Put it to your nose. What you get are more minerals. If I can say so, a kind of watermelon sugar taste to it. A little bit more alcohol as you taste it. And it's a more structured wine. And I would say it's also a more dynamic wine. Whereas the fun wine of 218, maybe towards the end of the bottle, you said, oh, I think I'm going to drink something more strong. With this particular wine, it's on the road to being actually a red wine. And so you can move right from the aperitivo, the hors d'oeuvres, right into your main course. And it's going to accompany you really well right along the way. So being like anybody else, your wines, you're going to want to love them. You're a bit insecure about them. I decided to go and do some taste testing, some comparative taste testing this summer. And I chose three different comparison points. One is a wine from the far north, 100% Merlot. These wines, the rosés are from Merlot grapes as well. It's an Alto Adige wine, Merlot Rosato, DOC Kotzner 219, made by Armin Kobler. And I think we stand toe-to-toe with that wine. It doesn't have quite the deep colors. It's got some different elements to it. But I was proud to say, wow, I think we're in that particular zone. And that wine is selling for probably $20, $25, $30 in the United States of America. From central Italy, I also found another 100% Merlot wine. Really, really famous producer, Bolgheri, DOC. It's the Campo al Mare wine from Ambrogio e Giovanni Folonari. It's more amber in color. It's got more fruit. It's very, very lively. It's at a much higher price, selling at about 20 euros in Italy. That would probably put it as about 50 bucks in the United States of America. I think we're in that territory. We've got some work to do, but we're in the territory of that wine as well. And then I went south as well. It was 100% Montepulciano, the Cerasuolo d'Abruzzo line. This wine is called Capirossa 219 by the Illuminati maker. And it's got the deep colors. That's why I took an interest in it of ours. My wife and I sat on the terrace that night and said, wow, exact same thing. Except ours is a little bit more dynamic. It has more depth to it and more structure to it. So I'm happy to report that we're on the road to success. I think 220, as I point you into the beautiful scene back behind us, It's been a fantastic vintage, even though we had the challenges of the COVID disease and the disappointments of that. Nature has just gone crazy on us. It can't be a better vintage. So we're hoping to, our red one more time, we're going to produce a nice rosé, and you may want to give us some suggestions on how you think we can improve it. Maybe a little less color, a little bit more color, a little less alcohol, a little more alcohol. You can help us with that because we have some margins in the actual processing for improving it. And then we're going to introduce a new product, which is going to be a sparkling rosé wine. Like really, really light, low alcohol, take you back to the swimming pool, take you back to the beach with your friends, the great conversation, something that's going to be a little funner. You could even throw an ice cube in that as well, as I imagine. So anyway, it's a great honor, it's a pleasure, it's a huge, beautiful experience to be trying to make wines, to improve them, to share them with our friends, with our dear alumni of the University of Dallas. I hope you're having a good evening. I'm going to be thinking about you when you have your wine tasting. And again, I'm eternally grateful for the support that you give for this project, both for myself, for Cellar Browser, and also obviously for the University of Dallas. You all have a good evening. Take good care. Bye-bye.